Welcome back, everybody. My name is Cliff, and I'm still messing around with changing up sniper kill confirmed. I've made enough changes now that it really isn't the same game anymore. So I'm just going to give it a different title. I'm going to call it Silent Warriors and see if I can interest maybe Compass in publishing it actually. We'll see. It's definitely derived from Jake Kirkpatrick's game, but so many things have changed that it really doesn't feel or play like the same game anymore. And I'm going to use this opportunity to play through a campaign to kind of show where I'm at right now with beta. So for this campaign, we're going to be going to Ramadi, and we're going to channel our inner Chris Kyle. So I'm not going to call my sniper Chris Kyle, that'd be kind of tacky. So we've got Benjamin Garcia as our sniper, and CD Chad Davidson, just pulled these names off of a random name generator, as our spotter. And we're going to go to Ramadi and play 10 missions if we survive. And we'll highlight how things have stayed the same and how things have changed. And I'm also working on creating a blog, kind of a designer's blog, to give my thoughts about how different parts of this have been evolving and get some feedback, hopefully, if anybody finds this interesting. So let's switch over to the game, why don't we? Here's our game board. Completely redesigned game board. It had evolved to this point at the end of the last mission. It slowly morphed over time. I've redesigned every card and every counter in the game. And we have a new rulebook, and we have new player aids to help us out as well. So let us flip this board up, and let's go over here and zoom in a bit to our campaign. So I've created 10 standalone campaigns, and we're playing in Iraq, Ramadi, in about 2006. Which means we get 1 countryside, 4 desert, and 5 ruined city missions to make up our campaign. And with 2006, we're going to play U.S. Army. We have to pick a weapon system, and we have a few to choose from here. In 2006, we could take the M24, probably like the A2, which is a 308, 7.62 by 5.1 NATO, which is basically a 308 Winchester that you can chamber these both into the same gun, just like you could put 5.56 into the 223, generally speaking. We could do that, or we can go up to the M24A3, which is the 338 Lapua Magnum, which gets a +1 modifier because this puppy is putting out a lot more bullet. I mean, you're usually at the 308 going to push out maybe a 150 grain bullet. The Lapua Magnum can do 250 to 300 grain. Have the same kinetic energy at 500 yards as the 308 has at 100 yards. So it gets a +1. It's a good intermediate range gun. Or theoretically, I think I have to check these years of service. I think the 300 Win Mag might have been used around 2008. I have to find my sources. Could use some help if you are a rifle nut more than I am. I am a rifle nut, but I don't know all the history. A 300 Win Mag's another possibility, which is putting out like a 200 to 225 grain bullet. A lot more mass, so you have a lot more kinetic energy at longer ranges. Or I guess we could pull out a 50 BMG, but we're in a city. I don't think we want to be lugging around a 50 BMG in a city where most of the shots are probably going to be fairly short. We're close to being able to use the M110 as well, which is a semi-automatic, but we're back down to a 308. You just get better follow-up shots there. I'm going to make a blog post on rifles and the way I've thought about dealing with them to abstract them into the game. Yeah, for our purposes, we're going to take the heavier rifle. We're going to take the M24A3 and take the Lapua in. I mean, Chris Kyle, he liked the Lapua. They used it in Ramadi. It's thematic, and we get a +1 for shooting and a +1 DRM on wind because of the more massive bullets. So we'll do that. So let's go over here to our locker. Let's zoom out a bit, and we'll search it. We'll find that M24A3 right here. We'll pull it out, close the locker up. That's our only skill. We got our M24A3 rifle. All right, we're in Ramadi, so we need 1 countryside, 4 desert, and 5 ruined city. So we don't need any jungles. So let's just get rid of the jungle deck. Set it over here. We don't need these jungle locations. Set them over here. Okay, I gotta randomize these missions, randomize these missions, randomize these missions. 1 countryside. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 cards there. Take these guys, group them up, toss them over here. We don't need those anymore. Get over there, don't fall off. This is our campaign. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle these up. Here we are. On the back side of these now, we don't need these anymore. I can flip this. I've got my sequence of play and a firing procedure flowchart, and I've got all the protocols. So those will be our handy user aids for while we're playing. I'm going to take the first mission and put it on up here, and we'll flip it, and we're in the desert. It's an enemy NCO, so we're going into Ramadi, and there's already a leader that we've been alerted to. We're going to go find him. 1, 2, 3 targets on 4. Our exfiltration site, our extraction site, is at 5. So the target, there's 20 of them, goes at 4. And we are in the desert. So we'll shuffle these up, and we'll put that at location 1, 2, 3, and 5. We've got better long-range shots here in the desert, so it's good to have that Lapua. Happy about that. We'll put our target marker here. Not that we have to. We'll put our extraction marker here, our sniper here. At card 1. Alright, now we have to set up our decks up here. In the action deck, we've got 6 bandage cards. We have to decide how many bandage cards we want to play with to make it easier or harder. We're going to go with the standard 3. So I'll take 3 of these out. 1, 2, 3. That leaves us with, what, 49 cards here. Yep. 3 of those. I'm going to take these and set them off to the side. Don't need those anymore. And in our hostile deck, search. We've got 6 pursuit cards. We're going to start with 2, so we need to take 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now there's 20 cards. 2 of them are pursuits. I can take these 4. I can toss those over here at the side. Don't need those. We flip these over. We got desert, ruined city, countryside. We don't need this jungle card. Get rid of him. Don't need him. So there we have all these cards for when we do need them. And I need desert for now. for our terrain modifier. Wind starts at 3. It's a little breezy out here. That's what the circle 3 is for there. Wind starts at position 3 at medium. So it's windy. We got good shooting. They're likely to be moving. Alright, now we have to go up here and shuffle these actions and our ability cards and our hostile cards. We take 5 actions, 1 ability, and we flip our first card. And we're out in the scrub with no cover. This is a new location. There were no scrubs before. It's like brush. I kind of like the watercolor that I did, but I'm biased. So we're out in the open, kind of. Don't have to deal with anything, so we have to draw our first hustle card to see what we're meeting. Pursuit, which we ignore. 2 hostiles at long range. Now, the hostiles, you will notice, because I'm going to make you, have a question mark. That's because we don't know who they are. I've introduced civilians into this game. It's possible these could be civilians, non-coms, and we don't want to shoot non-combatants, so we need to spot them and identify them. Now the way I've set up spotting is once you spot them for a fire card, they're spotted for the entire fire card. You don't have to respot, but you have to roll to identify. If you roll a 1 or a 2 with a d6, you're unable to tell if they're hostile or if they're non-coms. You can still shoot at them, but if you shoot them and you roll a d6, if you kill them, you roll a d6. If it's a 1, you just kill the civilian, and you're going to lose an experience point, and that's going to be a mark against your record. There are now 4 ways to lose this game. You can get killed, like always. You can get captured because of enemy pursuit. You can fail because you don't get enough victory points, or you can get court-martialed. If you kill more than 2 civilians, your team's going to get court-martialed and you lose. So you want to spot these guys before you call in airstrikes or before you shoot at them. Spotting now is important because we need to identify them. So I will get to that when we get to firing shortly. So there they are at long range. We just entered with our first card. We have to roll for a patrol. 1, we get a patrol right away. What do we got? I got to move, fire, detect, fire, detect, armored. Well, we're stuck with a patrol. We're going to roll 3d6 and try to avoid them. We got a 6. We avoided them. That is worth, I can show you in my rule book here. Let's go to page 2. Okay, let's go to protocol, page 11. There we are. That's worth 10 MP. So we get 10 for avoiding them. We don't have to do anything. All right. Now, we've got armored. We've got fire cards. We're going to put a fire card out. We're going to go into our fire protocol. So we determine range, movement, and we spot them. So range is long range. Movement, 1, yes. So they're moving. That's a +1 to spot. Try to spot 3+, 2+. We spotted them. So over here, after we spot, we check our wind and then we identify. Check for our wind conditions. 4. Unchanged. Now we try to identify. Okay, 1 or 2 is can't tell. 3, 4, 5 is hostile. 6 is friendly. 5 hostile. Flip them over to hostile. The other one. 3 hostile. They're both hostile. Alrighty. We got 2 confirmed hostiles at long range. We got medium wind. We've got a fire card. We've got to take our shot. Our modifiers: long range is 0. Moving is -1. Wind makes -3. We can reduce the wind 1 because of our rifle, which makes -2, and it's +1 to shoot, which is -1. We need a 6 with a roll of 2 dice. 5. We missed. They move up a range spot. We check to see if our shot attracted any attention. Pursuit, it did. Pursuit level goes up 1 spot. The net is tightening. Back over here. We missed. We check pursuit. First shot, we go back to IDing. We don't need to ID anybody. We take our second shot. We were at medium range, which is a 0. The wind, we have to check movement. Check movement. 3. Yes. That's -1, -2, -3. -2, -1. Second shot. We need a 6. 8. We got 1. He goes here to a kill. We gain an MP. We draw to see if we attract any attention. No, we do not. We still have 1 at medium range. Our fire card is now expended. I now have 15 and I need 10 to move. Do I have a crawl? I've got to move. Fire. Detect. Detect. I'm going to use my move card. I'm going to play my move card. That allows me to move. And he's going to see if he can follow with me. I've got no cover. He needs a 4 to follow. 3. He does not follow. So I'll flip him over, put him back. We successfully move to the next card, which is open desert, no cover. Well, we got very exposed positions here. We draw a hostile card. 1 hostile at long range, which we don't have identified. We're going to lay down fire against him. This move card is expended. Take this fire card. Alrighty. He's at long range, which is 0. Is he moving? 6. No. That's a 0. And we've got to try to spot. He's got no cover. So basically a 3. I spot him. He is identified as 2, can't tell. The wind, 6, gets better. I'm going to pass on the shot, go back to try to re-identify him. Second shot. 2, can't tell. I decide not to fire. Can't tell what he is. Don't want to shoot a civilian. These detects aren't going to do me any good. Don't need the armored. Got to put them in the right spot though, don't I, Cliff? Got to zoom out a little more. These detects go up here, along with that fire and that move. There. That's where they belong. I am out. I really don't want to draw a airstrike, and I do not. They check for pursuit. They do not. I drive 5 cards and an ability, and I check for patrol, and I'm in card 2. No patrol. All right. We got one guy at long range. What do we got? Move. Blank. Detect. Move. Blank. Detect. Detect. I feel like I got too many cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. I gotta move, blank, detect, detect, fire. So I've only got one blank. Get up there. I've got 15 MPs. I need 20 to move to the next position, which is where the target... No, it isn't. 20 to move to the next position. So I'm going to have to shoot. Fire. Long range is a 0. Is he moving? 2. Yes. Spot him. Yeah, spotted him. Wind is a -1. So it's 0, -1, -2, no cover. -2. Did I spot him? Yes, so I need to identify him. He's hostile. Take my shot. 0, -1, -2. It's a 0. I need a 5. 6. Just about missed him. Got him. Got my 20. This fire card is dead, even though it was only my first shot, and we have new hostiles coming. You don't get to save shots. One hostile again at long range. I'm going to try to move. He's going to try to follow me. And he does. So we're going to move. I'm going to flip that around. There. I'm going to move to the next one. +1 cover in the scrub. He's going to go into close combat with me, which makes him a hostile. I roll 3 dice. I killed him. If they roll a 6 in close combat and hit you, they re-roll. If they get another 6, it's a suicide attack and give you a critical wound. Alright, that gives me 25. Fresh hostile. 2 hostiles at long range. I don't have anything useful anymore. I'm going to get rid of my blank and my detect and my detect and that armor. Really don't want an airstrike. Didn't get it. Don't want them to get a pursuit. They didn't get it. I draw 5 new cards and an ability. I'm in position 3 now. Check for a patrol. Nope, no patrol. I got scoped and doped, which gives me another -1 for wind. We've got a detect, fire, suppress, crawl, suppress, scoped and dope. I do have a fire. Alright. To move into the target, I need 35, and I've got 25. I need 10. This will give me my 10. I play scoped and dope. Those 2 suppresses aren't going to do any good. Got a fire. And moving my screen around. Scoped and dope give me a +1 on wind. Alright. So they're at long range. They're unspotted. Are they moving? 4. Yes. That's +1 to spot. They're spotted. First guy is hostile. Second guy is unknown. We're going to shoot at the first guy. The wind, 5, unchanged. 0, -1, -2. It says -1 for the wind here. That makes it -1. I can't go any more. That makes it a 0. I can't go any better than 0. But I get a -1 for shooting for my Lapua, which makes it a 5 or greater to hit. Yeah, we got him. Killed that hostile. That gives me 30. Check for our... Did we attract attention? No. We go over, they're spotted. I try to identify the second guy on my second shot. I cannot. I withhold firing. I'm not going to shoot at unknown people. It's a quick way to kill civilians, and then I get in trouble with HQ. Yeah, these guys, I'm just going to get rid of all these. Get up here. There. Do that. I'm just going to keep it zoomed out like this so I can see everything. Alright. We don't want an airstrike. We're not going to get one. We don't want them to pursue us. They're not. We draw a new hand of 5 and 1. And we're in position 1, 2, 3. We check for patrols. No patrol. Got eagle-eyed, which allows me to automatically spot. I've got move, steady, blank, fire. I'm going to put that steady out there. That's like the old bipod card. Got a fire card. I don't have enough movement yet to move. We're going to try to engage this guy. Range is long. Moving. 2. Yes. +1 to spot. Did not spot him. That shot is done. We loop around to our second shot. Range is long. Try to spot him. Spotted him this time. Wind. 2. Gets worse. Okay, we're a -1 there. Got him spotted. We need to identify him. Dang, we can't tell what he is. That fire card is done. We've used up our eagle-eyed. Our steady remains. I got nothing. Take these guys, group them. Get them up. Hopefully we don't get a airstrike. Hopefully we don't get any pursuit. Nope. Okay. 5 cards. 1. We're still in position 3. No patrol. Got another eagle-eyed. Got a bandage we don't need. Hide. Another bandage. Oh dear. Steady. Use that. Nothing useful here. A couple of hides. Bandages that we can't use. So we'll put that up. That up. The 2 bandages are wasted on us. Eagle-eyed we can't use. Got 2 steadies in the stack. A fire card. Is there an airstrike? Fortunately, there's no aircraft around. Flip this. Enemy sniper, there's no pursuit. 5 action cards, an ability card. Crawl, hide, fire, fire, blank, scope and dope. With 2 steadies. We're going to take a fire. Alright. Long range. Easy moving. 3. Yes. Spot him. Yes. Wind. Gets worse. -2. Identify him. He is hostile. We're shooting 0, -1, -2, -3. -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Pretty good shot. And we got him. That's our 5th one. We get an XP. I can take all these guys and flip them. Group them. Or not. They don't want to group there. Return them. 2, 3, 4, 5. I get my MP. I immediately get a new hostile. Enemy sniper at long range. And yeah. We're in +1 cover. He needs a 5. Because I don't have a suppress. He missed. Oh yeah, I gotta check for my shot. Come on. I did not attract attention. I've got 35, which is all I need to move into my target. I'm going to flip the target. I'm moving in there. with my crawl card. My fire card is done. I lose those steadies. That scoped and doped is done. My target card. Target is having conversation. He and one hostile are stationary at short range. So here they are. This guy's done. I left him. Crawled away. My target is at short range with one hostile that we need to spot. We know that the target is hostile. Got a fire. Got a blank and a hide. Gonna fire. I get 2 shots at this guy, and then he runs away. +1. The card says that they are stationary. See, he gets the cover, +1. We need to spot him. We do not spot him. Second shot. We do spot him. My second shot. Short range is +1. He's stationary, which is plus or -1. That's 0. The wind. 2 is -2. -1, 0. 5+ to hit the target. We got him. Target's dead. Go on, kill. Get an MP. Get 4 XPs. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the target. That's it for my fire card. That hide card's going to do me no good, and the blank card's going to do me no good. Oh, I should try to spot this guy. Identify him. And he is a hostile. I've got 40 to move out of the target card to the next card. Requires 55 to get into an extraction site. We still got a target, so we don't draw another card. So I check for airstrike. Nope. They check for my shot, and now they check for me getting rid of all my cards. No pursuit on either of those. I get 5 new cards. 1 ability. I'm in this card. Do I shoot my way out? Do I try to get out of here? Steady. Crawl. Crawl. Hide. Blank. Scoped. I place the steady. I've already got to spot it at short range. I have no shooting to do, so I got to get rid of these cards. Can't crawl. I don't have enough MP. I don't want to get into close combat. I like this guy where he is. Don't have to do a new card. I have to check for airstrike. No. Check for pursuit. No. 5 new cards. 1 ability. I'm in position 4. Yeah, we got a patrol. Steady. Move. Blank. Crawl. Hide. We hide. That gives me 10. Crawl. Move. Move. Steady. Play the steady. I'm going to get rid of the rest. I have no shots. I need 5 more. Airstrike. Nothing doing. Pursuit. Yeah. They're closing in on us. We got to get moving. Got to get moving. 5 cards. There's only one there. Bring these over. Flip them. Give me 4 more. Give me one of these ability cards. I'm going to play that elusive card. That allows me to take this down 1. We're evading their pursuit. I've got 2 blank cards. I'm going to play the 2 blank cards as a wild card, and one thing I can do is scout. With scout, I get to flip the next card. It's got a minefield, no cover, and I get to check for what is there waiting for me. 1 hostile is waiting there, and he'll be spotted automatically. And I get 5 MP for that, which gives me enough to get there. I've got a bandage with no wounds, a detect card, and a fire card. I'm going to fire at this last guy. He's at short range, +1. Is he moving? 2. Yes. So I need a 2 to spot him. No. Second shot. Spot him. Yes. Wind. 2. Gets worse. -3. I already got him identified. So it's a +1. -1 is a 0. -3 is a -3. -2, -1 for my rifle. 0 +1 for the steadies. I need a 4. I got him. He goes here. I get another MP. I check for pursuit. No pursuit. That fire card is done. This detect I don't need. This bandage I don't need. I need to draw a new hostile card. I better save that bandage for now. 1 hostile at long range. I don't care. I draw 5 new actions. 1 new ability. I'm in position 1, 2, 3, 4 yet. No patrol. I need to move. Crawl. I'm going to crawl. That takes him off. These steadies are gone because I'm moving. I enter into here. Into my extraction site. He's at long range and spotted automatically because I scouted. Got a bandage. Move. Blank. Crawl. I'm in the egress site, so I can extract with 2 movement cards. I can take that crawl and this move, and I can be extracted. Even though I've got a person there in the open desert, I extract. I extract with 5 XP, no bandages, and I've only gotten 1 pursuit, so I don't have a problem here. This is mission 16 with 5. So let's go over here. Mission 16. VIP is killed. We have 5. 0 wounds. 5 VP. Our sniper's okay. Spotter's okay. And I can purchase something. And I'm going to purchase alert for 5. The alert skill helps me to avoid minefields, just like a detect card does. And an alert plus a detect helps us to detect IEDs and not get blown up. Alright. that was our first mission. Mostly played without too many errors. Now, as we're getting ready to go to the next mission, we need to deal with pursuit. These numbers down here on pursuit are die roll modifiers. After each mission, we roll a d6. On a 3+, there is no new pursuit card added to our deck. But on a 1 or a 2, then we add another pursuit card. So you go from 2 out of 20, which is 10% chance each time of getting a pursuit, to 3 out of 21, which is like 14%. And that goes on up till you get to 6 out of 24, or a 25% chance. So the more noise you make, the more likely the enemy are to take notice of you and put a bounty on your head. So the missions get harder and harder. We picked up our alert skill. So we'll take that and put it in our skill track. We roll a d6. 2. We do add a pursuit card. So now this is another pursuit card that's going to go into our deck. So next time we're even more likely to run into pursuit. And I will clean this up and we'll play another time. I'll just point out the sequence of play over here. I've got a sequence of play where you draw your cards, check for patrol, deal with minefields. Oop. Let's just zoom in so I can use my mouse and get over. No hostiles, draw a hostile card. If it's pursuit, you ignore it and we redraw. You only care about pursuit when you're doing a pursuit check. Sniper, you resolve immediately. Anything else, you place at long range. Then you play your cards. If your last hostile is eliminated, you follow the red line back and put a new hostile and go back into your cycle. If you move to a new location card, you follow the blue track around and you deal with minefields or IEDs, and then you go back in. And if you get out of cards, then you check for close air support, check for pursuit. You also check for pursuit after every shot, and then back to the beginning. Down here, the firing protocol, check for range, see if they're moving, try to spot them. If it's a fail, check for movement, try to spot them. If you succeed, 3+, with cover factored in, check for the wind, ID anybody, 1 or 2, you can't tell, 3, 4, 5, they're hostile, 6, they are a civilian, you remove them and you get a 5 MP, you don't get a kill. Try to fire. Snake eyes is a malfunction, you're out for the round, you're done. You hit on a 5+, modified, or miss. After either shot, whether you hit or miss, you check pursuit. After the second shot, you're done. After the first shot, you go back to ID anybody. You don't have to spot again. You go back to ID anybody who's not ID'd, and then fire. You can choose not to fire and just go in ID. I had to do that. So you can do that, or you can shoot, and that's the cycle. I felt like a lot of stuff in Jay's game was not clearly specified. This is a nice, clean firing procedure where you just follow the flowchart. So that's the first playthrough. We made it through 5 XP. We're on track for a good victory. You want to be averaging around 5 victory points per mission, but we could get beat up more. All the rules are condensed here into all these protocols. So this is basically all the rule book summarized, so it's easy to see what to do. All the different fire DRMs, there's 10 of them for firing. And as always, I'd appreciate any feedback that you might have. This is Cliff. I will get back to you later. I'm going to start playing some other games too. Spent a long time on this one. See you guys next time.